DraftSociety.com presents a Premier League Draft Fantasy Podcast. Welcome to the Key Pass Collective. Your exclusive source for the information, analysis, and advice you need to dominate your fantasy leagues. Come on in. We've been expecting you.
So welcome to this special edition Key Pass Collective with me, your fallen quarterfinalist, Totti, and our two second quarterfinalists, first from our US bracket, our guest, Zach from Drafting for Upside, and our very own Ryan in the disguise of Anwar El Ghazi and what is maybe hangover, I see.
Slide.
A small one. How are you, Zach?
Doing better. Yesterday was my hangover day, just as I was telling you guys, but since recovered and ready for some action today.
Good. We are upping the ante from last time around. If any of our listeners or you guys were there, we had our very first quarterfinal between Robbie and myself, which I comprehensively lost. And we have some music this time around to add to the proceedings, and we'll see how it actually works. So behind the camera, we actually had the very fancy decision of who will take which set of questions, and it means that Ryan will start this quiz. Just a recap of our quarterfinal today. It is Drafting for Upside against Cheeky Nando's FC, Ryan Barnes, and our other US quarterfinal is between our very own Draft Society analyst Gavin and the podfather himself, Joe. We have 5 questions each. You are taking turns to answer them. You have about 60 seconds to answer each questions, and if scores are tied, we have a tiebreaker in there. So if we are ready to go, then we can check the brackets. Obviously, we have the EU bracket up there with Robbie and myself, quarterfinal already played, and Gordon and Sanji from Banter Boys and Overthinking Football manning the second quarterfinal for the EU bracket. And without further ado, we'll have our first question to go to Ryan.
Wow. Shit is real.
Our first question is, from which team did Manchester City sign treble winner Aymeric Laporte?
Athletic Bilbao.
And that is correct. There was a quick answer. So quick that I didn't get to play.
Sorry about that.
I'll just make a quick note. And a good start. A good start. Of similar mold, we'll ask Zach our
So
first
Man City
question.
bench player theme.
Man City bench players. From which team did Man City sign Bernardo Silva?
I'll let you play your music, Regis. All right, I have my answer. AS Monaco.
Yay! And that is correct on both accounts. So an easy one to start with. Let's see question 2 for Ryan. Which team had the worst home record in the league this season with 11 points from 2 wins and 5 draws?
Southampton.
And the correct answer is Southampton. What were the other teams that crossed your mind for worst home?
I mean, I was thinking, like, I initially thought it might be a trick question, so like a decent team, but then I was like, it has to be a really bad team. And then I remember Southampton just like completely bottling every home game and getting a random away win. So yeah, they made sense. So yeah, anyone at the bottom. I thought Everton crossed my mind, but they were actually pretty good. I think it could have survived. So yeah, I think it was.
I
was like,
Everton of the beginning of the season might have actually edged that, but Southampton continued sucking after sacking 2 managers as well. So we'll see. What kind of question comes up for Zach? Question 2. Which team had the worst away record in the league this season with 8 points from 1 win and 5 draws?
Nottingham Forest.
And that is correct. Are these questions too easy for you guys?
oh, they're good.
We'll see how
They're making me think.
we'll see how they get progressively more difficult as we go along. So, question 3 with the points tied at 2-all. Name either player who scored for the USA at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Ryan.
Let's see. I mean, I think the easy one. I feel like this might be a trick question.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
I need 2 seconds. I think of that Wales game. Who scored that first goal? We'll go Pulisic.
It is correct. Christian Pulisic.
I had somebody else in mind, but I think that goal was called offside. So I went with the safe choice.
We'll see. We'll see. Zach, would you have known this answer?
Was the other one Tim Weah?
Yep, the other
That
one.
was my other choice, yeah.
Okay. Zach, your third question is, what was the score when England played the USA in the group stages of the 2022 World Cup?
Oh. Just trying to think of all the goals that happened because they didn't 0-0.
It is 0-0. Correct. Head to head. We are heading for the tiebreaker. You know that we are. Let's look at our fourth question for Ryan. Of the defenders who made 15 or more starts in 22-23, 3 of them averaged under 3 points per start. Name one of them. This is Fantrax default scoring. Under 3 points per start.
Oh man. Hold on 1 second.
I'll put some thinking music on so that you.
Yeah, please.
Let's get an answer here.
Jesus Christ.
These are not your run-of-the-mill streamable defenders.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm worried about.
They're the guys we never look at.
Hold on 1 second.
I'll say this. I've streamed one of them.
I'm sure I have too. I just try to suppress the negatives. Oh man. Hold on. Forest. It's the Forest center back that we were obsessed with last season, but has since fallen out of favor. What the fuck is his name?
We need 15 or more starts. 15 or more starts.
Yeah, I think he might have gotten one.
Let's get an answer on record.
I'll go Lodi, even though it's not right.
Unfortunately, it's not Lodi. Would you have gotten any one of those, Zach?
I honestly don't think so, no.
So the 3 that we were looking for are Nathaniel Klein with 2.2.
15 starts? Wow.
15
Yeah, I was
plus
trying to think of Crystal Palace guys.
Adam Smith.
I was breaking my fucking head trying to figure out Bournemouth center backs, but I could not, for the life of me, come up with any.
And surprisingly, the one I streamed is Kyle Walker-Peters with 2.4.
Oh, man. I thought about that, but I thought Southampton defenders usually ghost at least decently. Wow.
Yeah, well, they conceded them. Okay, let's get the gloves on, Zach, with a similar question. Of the forwards who made 15 or more starts in 22-23 season, 3 of them averaged under 6 points per start. Name one of them. So 3 forwards under 6 points per start. I definitely streamed all of these.
Yeah. I know this one.
Huh. Okay. Keep thinking on this one. I got 1 or 2 candidates.
Let's get the lowest of the low, the safest choice. Remember, 15 or more starts and under 6 points per start. So someone started but never scored.
Scored well. Okay. What about Odsonne Edouard?
unfortunately not right. As well as I don't know what Odds and Edwards points per start is, but Diego Costa was the one you were looking for with 3.2 points per start. 3.2.
Wow.
Jamie Vardy with 5.2. And Bobby de Cordova Reed with 5.2 points per start as well. So after 4 questions going into the last set, we are tied at 3-0. Let's go to the last question. Which of these teams has Roy Hodgson never managed? Blackburn Rovers, Middlesbrough, Watford, or West Bromwich Albion? Ryan, this is a question for Ryan.
I believe he's managed Watford and West Brom. It's Blackburn and Middlesbrough. I'm not sure about. Oh, Uncle Roy, why do you do this to me? Man, I wish I had the 50-50 option. Phone a friend. Big Hodgson guy. Man, I know I'm going to get this wrong, but I'll go Middlesbrough.
And it is correct. Middlesbrough.
Oh, man.
He managed Blackburn Rovers in the 97-98 season.
I thought it sounded familiar. Jesus.
As you remember.
Yeah. No, that was a great season, yeah.
And from one Premier League legend to another, Zach, your last question. Which of these teams has Sam Allardyce never managed? Blackburn Rovers, Hull City, Newcastle United, or Sunderland?
I know this one.
I too am between 2 teams here.
Gotta get my charger.
Oh man. Let's go with Blackburn Rovers.
And unfortunately, it is Hull City.
Oh man.
He managed Blackburn Rovers between 2018 and 2010. And Ryan is just back to collect his medal for going through in the most ecstatic of quarterfinal wins.
That was tough, man.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Looks like you need to brush up on your all these managing, not managing Blackburn Rovers. A very, very niche subject, I'll tell you that. So congratulations to Ryan and commiserations to Zach. Would you like to
match well played?
Yeah, good competing with you, man. That was a tough one. Close.
Would you like to have a look at the tiebreaker?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, why not?
Pressure free.
No pressure. This is just a consolation prize if Zach gets it. The tiebreaker is for how many days was Nathan Jones in charge of Southampton?
Enough to ruin a quadruple.
Too many.
Both of those are correct.
I want to say like 34. I think it was
I
think too many translates into 42.
he wasn't dismissed that quickly. He did ruin transfer window as well. He was dismissed after 95 days.
Oh wow.
And there was a World Cup in there in the middle of it as well.
Oh yeah, okay. That pads the stats a bit.
Yeah, so he was appointed in the fall and then sacked at the end of January. So it did manage to ruin a transfer window as well.
Man, that's longer than I remember. Huh.
But yeah, unfortunately for Zach, that did not count. He would have won that. But yeah, congratulations to Ryan. This was a little short quiz quarterfinal. We'll be coming with these all the way to the final, which is gonna be a full length pod worth of questions regarding the Premier League and some very niche Blackburn Rover manager stats as well. We are all of us are working in the background to provide our listeners with the most comprehensive draft kit ever from the beginning of July, and I have some inside info on that maybe Zach is able to share on what he's working on.
Yeah, so the Premier League on Tap team, just me and Nate for now. We're working on getting the site up and live. It's pretty close, and maybe one of these articles will feature on it. But one that's in the pipeline is the undraftables, where I'm going to highlight some of the guys that I think are going way too high, or projecting their ADPs to go way too high. And then also it might be a combination with my glass bones and paper skin list. So we'll get that out to you guys in the next week or so. And I know Nate might be working on another one in the background, some sort of a beginner's guide. So keep your eyes out for that.
Looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully we have that in our inboxes soon, and then we can compare notes because we are working, as always, on our do not draft list. Hopefully, all our readers will get some very good info on not drafting Reece James, mainly. We'll see. I did my my one was Reece James last season, and it panned out pretty well for me, not for Reece James.
We were all pretty spot on in ours. I think I had Smith Rowe. I forget who everybody else had, but
Genie had Mason Mount.
Yeah. Maybe the only questionable one was like Ruben Neves. I think Robbie had. But yeah, that was valid.
Yeah. We'll see. Well, looking forward to reading that, Zach. Hopefully soon. And thank you guys for joining me on your day off. And
thanks, Toddy. Thanks, Draft with Thoughts, for the questions. And yeah, good to see you, Zach.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Thanks for the invitation.
Yep. See you guys.
All right.
See ya.
Yep.